Hey John, I went through this. I wanted to make this recording for you real quick. The application services are a little bit different than the business services. So you were on the right track here. You went new, and I remember you typed PeopleSoft in here. So I'm just going to type SAP in here because I have some SAP servers. And you want to make sure over here you select manually. And what it's going to ask you for here is to add an entry point. When you add an entry point, that's going to be the node that starts the map off. So this is basically an entry point that you can build on. So if I go into my entry points here, and I'm just going to pick a Windows server, and I can then pick from the list of Windows servers that I have available. And I'm just going to pick a load balancer, the SAP load balancer, and I'm going to add that in. And now what it'll do with that entry point, now that it's been added, you can see my view map becomes available. And that's because I now have something on the map. So when I go view map, it's going to take me in, and you want to make sure, because these maps can be published. So the first thing you want to make sure is that the map is in edit mode when it comes up. And then what it's going to let you do is going to let you add items to that entry point. So in this case, SAP load balancer is our entry point, but I can right click on this and I can add a CI and build this out for the SAP load balancer. So for type here, I'll pick another Windows server and then go ahead and pick one of those out. And then what it's going to do, it's for this application, it's going to create this list of dependencies. Okay, and then I'll just add one more just so you can, so I'll add another CI. And I don't have any idea the mess that I'm making underneath because I don't know what other dependencies are already developed here. So that's something you have to be a little bit aware of. So let's just say Windows server, and we'll add one more. And then I'm going to have one more step in here to show you after this. All right, I'll just pick a random server. Like I said, I don't know the mess that I'm making underneath. But now you can see these and these different relationships that you created. And then if we now go ahead, because you can't click on here, I wish they had this, but I can't click on this and then change the dependency type. So what I did is I created a dependency here for these two to happen. But in order to see the type of dependency I have, what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and look at the service map that I have. So where I have here, manually open in dependency views. So now if I open in dependency views, this is where you're going to be able to change the relationship. And the relationship will let you then see, like what I connected this SAP load balancer, I connected to this Windows server, and then that relationship I created here, when I did that, it's going to, so if I click on it, it depends on, used by, right? It's the relationship between this Windows server and this Windows server. Now if I wanted to change this relationship, I would have to right click on this and modify the relationship. And this lets you pick the different relationships as you would see in the common service data model. So provided by, right, would be the relationship change that I could make in there. And I can change those to whatever I need to. And that's basically it. You are going to have to be careful, like I said, what's already connected, and the dependency view will help you do that when you look at the dependency view. So the details here, if you wanted to go, actually one more, if I click on this setting, I can go deeper as well. So instead of 3, I can go, to 5 nodes deep on this, and then you can zoom in. So when I zoomed in and opened a dependency map, it came in from here because I started with WS10 as the server, so that zoomed me in on WS10. But if now I wanted to look at the load balancer, I could click on the load balancer and say view map on it, and it would give me the map from the perspective of the load balancer going to the depth that I specified on it. Okay, so if I clicked here on the Windows load balancer, whoops, let me get rid of that provides by. There you go. And then view map. So what it's going to do is going to change the map to the keep going. View map. Okay, so now it changes the map to that load balancer. That's it. Hopefully that helps you at least get started with building this out. Thanks.